True story. In 1995, my mother passed away at the tender age of 43. And 2023, as I was commemorating what would have been her 71st birthday, my sister passed away at the tender age of 49. And so I dove into a deep depression. I got sad. I was like really sad. And so I really started contemplating suicide. True story. One side of me was saying, go ahead and do it. It's your life. What you got to lose? Everybody that you love, that you really love, that you know, they're gone. Other side of me said, well, what if you attempted to do that and you get it wrong? And you end up living a life worse than the one you think you're going to live. So I said, okay, you're the man. I got you, and as you can see, I'm still here. So what I decided to do was I joined the cult. This cult, now I'm going to tell you, within this story, it's a true story, it's about 5 siblings you're going to get used to, right? So, but I joined this cult, started by 2 twins, Victor and Timmy. Victor, being the oldest, he says to his brother Timmy, I want to start a cult. Timmy says, a cult? Victor says, yeah, I want to start a cult. He says, okay, well, what are we going to call this cult? He said, we're going to call it the Two Diffie Cult. Two Diffie Cult. And all a person has to do to join this cult is to complain, blame others, and do nothing. Timmy was like, man, do you know how big this cult is going to be? Like, we're going to have so many people. Like, are you truly want to do this? See, what Timmy knows is that Victor was once the general of a nation called the Procrastination. But fortunately for us, but unfortunately for him, he lost the war in a battle against the Determination. And so he's always wanted to be a leader. So he started the Two Diffie Cult with his brother Timmy by inviting people who only complain, blame others, and do nothing. Timmy says, okay, well, that's cool. Where are we going to have our meetings? He says, well, we're going to have our meetings in the same place where our sister Pitty throws her parties. In the bathroom. He says, we're going to have meetings in the bathroom. So, yeah, we're going to have meetings in the bathroom. Why would we have meetings in the bathroom? He says, well, victims, all they do is they piss their life away, let other people dump their crap on them, and then they regurgitate the same excuses every day. What better place to have meetings than in a bathroom? He says, okay, so let me get this right. Our sister Pitty throws parties in the bathroom. We're going to have our victim meetings in the bathroom by inviting people to join the Two Diffie Cult who only complain, blame others, and do nothing. Do I have that right? Yes, you got it right. He says, okay, cool, thank you. So as time went on, one day I happened to just be leaving a pity party and ran into Timmy in the bathroom. Remember now, there's 5 siblings. I says, Timmy, I don't know how you do it. This is driving me crazy. He says, driving you crazy? I said, yeah, it's driving me crazy. He says, well, okay, then it's simple. Get out of the car. I said, it ain't that easy. I said, the driver of this car got a tight grip on this wheel and driving very recklessly and fast. He says, oh, you must be in the car with my brother Cody. I says, Cody? He says, yeah, confused, overthinking, and depressed about yesterday. You're in the car with my brother Cody. I said, yeah, Cody's driving me crazy. He says, okay, it's simple. Let me give you about 3 things to think about. First one is, do you know the difference between a positive person and a negative person? I was like, not really. He says, well, a positive person can have a problem, but see an opportunity in that problem. He says, but a negative person can have an opportunity, but only see the problem. I says, okay. He says, second thing, what is the sum of 2 and 4? I said, 6. He says, negative people are always looking at what's happening to them. Positive people are always looking at what's happening for them. So you got to choose which 6-letter word are you going to be, a victim or a winner? I says, I want to be a winner. I want to win. He says, all right. Third thing, you have a problem in front of you. You got to take this wheel from Cody. He says there's 3 ways you can look at this problem. First is you got to truly assess the situation. That if you do not take control of this wheel, you're going to go crazy. And you don't want to go crazy. Secondly, is you're faced with a challenge. How are you going to take the wheel from Cody? Confused, overthinking, depressed about yesterday. How are you going to take the wheel from Cody? And third thing is, you got to look at the opportunity. When will you have the opportunity to take the wheel from Cody? He says, before you get to doing all of that with Cody, I want you to go see my other sister, Faith. Now, Faith lives in a small house. So in order for you to get to talk to her, you got to get on your knees. And you got to go in there and talk to Faith. So I went in there and I talked to Faith. Faith told me a few things which I might keep private, I might not. Time will tell. But when I left from Faith, she said, oh, by the way, before you go, I got something for you. She said, open your hand. She put a little mustard seed in my hand. She says, anytime you start doubting and you need to think of me, just look in your hand. Hi, my name is Victor. My name is Timmy. My name is Cody. My name is Pity. And yes, my name is Faith, a.k.a. Jason A. Muhammad. Every 13.7 minutes, a man loses the battle in his head of depression. There are 105 men that die from suicide every day. Just this year alone, we have lost over 5,600 men with depression from suicide. Suicide is real. Trauma is real. Depression is real. If you know someone that's going through that, even if it's you, find someone to talk to and to lean on. Today, as we're talking about community, if you look at the word community, there are 2 prefixes in this word. CO, which means 2 or more. Uni, which means 1. Today, we're talking about bringing 2 or more into oneness. That's how you build community. That's how the 5 siblings are community within me. Oneness. If you would like to have a half-hour conversation with me, Jason Muhammad, with JM Emerging Leadership Development, where I help organizations to identify and develop their next generation leaders, please do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much.
Community. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it.